So, Sister Uma Maheshwari, Sister Bhanumati, and Brother Suresh Shinoy. So, I would like to invite Dr. Suresh Shinoy. Before that, I'll give a small introduction of him. Brother Suresh Shinoy holds master degree in labor laws and MPhil in labor studies. He holds a postgraduate diploma in personal management and industrial relations and postgraduate diploma in marketing and sales management. Currently, he is practicing as an advocate in Bangalore. More than 30 years of experience in various corporate as HR in India as well as abroad. His parents, father late KP Shenoy and mother late Padmini Shenoy, were members of Theosophy. His father was instrumental in reviving Mangalore Theosophical Society, served honorary services at Adyar Theosophical Society, our international headquarters, as assistant treasurer and later additional GM during the time period of 1996 to 2000. Brother Suresh and his entire family members are into Theosophy. He is interested in spiritual subjects and artworks like nature artworks and collages, mostly abstract works. He is self-taught artist and created record in collages, India Book of Records and Asia Book of Records. Interested in J. Krishnamurti and other philosophical teachings, he can speak Malayalam, Kannada, Konkani, Tulu, and Tamil. Brother Suresh Shinoy, over to you.
Brother
Am I
Suresh ji,
audible? Yeah.
yeah,
Good
you
afternoon.
are audible. Can you keep your mobile horizontal, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Sister Smita and brother. And thank you for introducing me a doctor. I'm not a doctor, actually. I worked in healthcare industry. And before getting into that topic, actually, I thought let me just share one of my experience. In 50 years back or so, we were actually traveling to Chennai. Before entering into Theosophical Society itself as a member, we were entering into, we actually visited Chennai as a traveler. And uh, we wanted to see the Adayar banyan tree. And along with the family, this is around 50 years back. The family, we went to the Adayar, that banyan tree, underneath the banyan tree. Suddenly, my sister had a high fever. She was a small kid, and she had the seizures underneath the banyan tree itself. And we are actually so panicked, and outside we couldn't get any help. And suddenly somebody told that there is a doctor inside the society campus itself. And the way the doctors supported us and during the timely, medical care as well as the support which he has given, uh, really felt something is different in this the organization is itself. And after later, actually, my father got into Theosophical Society through Dr. Vishukumar, and we all became the part of the Theosophical Society. So am I audible? Hello?
Yes, yes, you're audible,
Yeah.
sir.
So I thought, let me just give an introduction. While starting itself, the incident which has brought into the Theosophical Society campus before becoming a member. So, dear friends and brothers and sisters, today I would like to I would like to speak to on the topic called making brotherhood a reality. So, brotherhood is a beautiful word. It evokes the feelings of unity, compassion, and harmony. Many religions and philosophers, they speak about the word brotherhood. Is it no really? Are they all following the brotherhood? This is what I want to do. Is it a great idea? We all know that it is a great idea. No doubt at all. And the brotherhood, actually, the real challenge is how we are making it living reality in our daily lives. This precisely what our Theosophical Society we preach. The first object of the Theosophical Society itself to form a nucleus brotherhood of humanity without distinction of race, creed, caste, or color. Please note, it does not say the preach brotherhood or to admire the brotherhood. It says to form a nucleus brotherhood as a living example. A group of people practice the brotherhood so sincerely and it spreads so naturally to the world. If we take a in the sense in case there is a darkness and we light a candle, obviously the darkness will go and the light will across the this thing our surroundings, lightings will be there. In the same fashion, when we a nucleus brotherhood, when we are following the brotherhood, a group of people sincerely um, practice the brotherhood, automatically it spreads to the world. So, meaning of brotherhood, let us get into the meaning of brotherhood. Brotherhood does not simply means the friendliness or politeness or true brotherhood means the recognizing all human beings are in the same spiritual essence. When we understand that we are all in the same path, we are on the same spiritual essence we are following, then obviously there will be a love and compassion, and the true brotherhood starts from there itself. And founders of the Theosophical Society, H.P. Blavatsky, emphasized that the humanity is fundamentally one, and differences are of religion, nationality, or culture are only the surface distinctions. Beneath them lies a shared divine life. Similarly, Dr. Annie Besant explained that the brotherhood is not merely a moral rule, but a law of nature. Just like branches of the tree in this connected with the same trunk, all human beings are belongs to the same spiritual essence. If we truly understand the brotherhood becomes not as a duty, it is a natural expression of the understanding. So why the brotherhood is needed today? Nowadays, the world itself, when we are looking, there is tremendous progress in the science and technology, and humanity still struggles with a division, wars between the nations, conflict between the religions, and social discrimination, economic inequality. History shows that knowledge cannot bring the harmony. What needed is wisdom and recognition of unity in diversity. Knowledge and wisdom is most important in today's world. The message of the universal brotherhood offered by the Theosophical Society, therefore deeply relevant today. It provides the spiritual foundation for the peace and cooperation among all people. Examples from the Theosophical Society movement itself. Let us look into some inspirational examples, history of the Theosophical movement. Show some brotherhood can be practiced, how brotherhood can be practiced. A society without barriers. When we started our the Theosophical movement itself in 1875, society was deeply divided into the race, religion, and colonial hierarchies. Yet some people joined together and with the background worked together as equals. For instance, those days Europeans and Indians, Hindus, Buddhists, Christians, Muslims, all religious differences were there. Men and women, there was a totally, a differentiation was there at that time. This was a revolutionary at that time. And leaders like H.S. Alcott and H.P. Blavatsky traveled widely, encouraging respect for all religions and culture. Their work demonstrated the brotherhood is possible when people meet with open minds and sincere hearts. So let us understand now education as a brotherhood in action. One of the most practical and expression of brotherhood is education. Dr. Annie Besant worked tirelessly to promote the education in India. She believed that education empowers the individuals and removes the barrier between the people. So just educational, not only education will not help. Education with the values, it gives a tremendous power actually. Her efforts contributed establishment of institutions such as Banaras Hindu University, and education, when guided with the spiritual values, becomes powerful tool for the building brotherhood because it cultivates understanding, the respect and cooperation. So respect for all religions. This is what we follow in Theosophical Society. Another way of Theosophical Society promotes brotherhood through the comparative study of all religion. When we understand that all lot of religions are there, but we all the follow the some principles or other, and ultimately our aim is to understand the truth. So instead of arguing about the which religion is superior, or in the society encourages people to discover common truths in present in all the spiritual traditions. For example, compassion in Buddhism and love and in Christianity, unity in existence in the Hindu philosophy. So by studying these traditions together, we learn that all religions are different paths towards the same spiritual reality. Now let us understand what is the difficulties or obstacles to the brotherhood. Main obstacles, I feel that no, the egoism, which we are the actually root cause for the same. Our own self, our own thoughts, creation about ourselves, the images which we created is no one basic uh, obstacle to follow the brotherhood. When we don't have the ego, when the individuals think that only of their own interest, the cooperations become difficult. And the prejudices, we have some prejudice about some religion or a race or nationality, create barriers between the people. If this goes, obviously there will be a true brotherhood. And ignorance, mostly, most conflict arises because the people do not understand one another. Theosophy teaches that the overcoming these obstacles requires inner transformation. Brotherhood begins not only in society but within the human heart. This is what most important in our life. Actually, it starts from our human hearts, and practicing brotherhood in our daily life. How can we personally contribute to making a brotherhood in reality? Here are some simple examples or powerful examples, I'll say. The cultivating the compassion. Cultivating compassion. I worked in a hospitality sector, and I've seen the airlines, the staffs, how they handle the scenarios. So even though the people or the customers get angry, they doesn't just like that. They doesn't get angry. They just smart enough to answer it without getting angry. This is what I feel. No, cultivating the compassion. Initially, we may have to cultivate. Then it will become like habit for us. And when we are in the spiritual path, obviously, cultivating compassion is not a big deal. So when we see others as a fellow travelers on the same spiritual journey, compassion arises automatically. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of understanding can strengthen our human bonds. Practicing tolerance. Tolerance does not mean indifference. It means respecting the rights of others and think differently and believe differently. But we need to respect each other. Members of Theosophical Society come from many religious and philosophical backgrounds, yet they work together in harmony. When we look at nowadays digital world, when we look at a lot of reels are coming up, people are trying to help others, and even though they might be trying to showcase their talent or something like that, but I feel after some time, automatically, when people are saying they are trying to help someone, automatically there is some inner transformation happens within that person, as well as they are influencing the others also. Like the same way, when the COVID started, I was working in the healthcare industry, I was working in the hospital. That time, actually, a lot of helps were coming from various sources, and people are recognizing these are small things. No, it triggers actually brotherhood. And when we have the compassion and the helping nature, the no the light spreads like just like that. And next is no, serving humanity. Serving humanity means we can start from a small things actually. It need not be a big things actually. Like I was working in the various industries. We are trying to know when we are actually come out from the colleges, we are not got any help from anyone to get employment or something. That time I thought, if at all I get a chance to help someone, will 100% will try to help others. That is why we actually when we got employed, actually we actually without looking at anything, we try to help a lot of people. And during the COVID time, we were in the hospital, and even though there was a a lot of fear, but still we were on the ground actually, without looking at our own life, and we wanted to serve the society as such. So service is most of the most direct ways to express the brotherhood, helping those needy, and whether through the education, charity, or social work, reminds us that humanity is one family. And developing the self knowledge, the theosophy teaches understanding ourselves leads to the understanding of others. When we understand ourselves, actually, we will obviously will understand others. When we became aware of our own thoughts, emotions, and limitations, we develop a humility as well as the empathy. So the inner awareness makes genuine brotherhood possible. So when a person is having total awareness, 100% it comes out as a genuine brotherhood. So spiritual foundation of brotherhood. So brotherhood is not merely a social ideal, or it is to rooted in a deeper spiritual truth as such. According to the theosophical teachings, the same divine life flows through all lives or all beings. Humanity is evolving towards a greater unity and consciousness. Each person is a soul on a shared evolutionary journey. So, these three principles, when we follow, obviously we understand that linking between all these things is the brotherhood. Then we recognize the spiritual unity and compassion and the cooperation are arise so naturally. So, vision of the future, so imagine a world where the brotherhood truly becomes a reality. Nations cooperating instead of competing, religions respecting one another, communities supporting the welfare of all. Such a world may seem distant, but a great transformation begins with the small group of committed individuals. Like I remember the JK's quote: "If you are the world and the world is you. If you change, you can change the whole world." Because when I make changes in myself, or when a person totally changes his his approach, obviously it can influence the world. So you are the world and the world is you. If you change, you can change the whole world. So same with the theosophical society, a few members, when we join together, and we think thoroughly, we think that no, we are the brotherhood, a concept of brotherhood, it comes into our life, and 100% I can tell you, we can change the whole world itself, even though it is a small group of numbers or members. So that is why the theosophical society speaks about a nuclear universal brotherhood. A nucleus may be small, but power to grow, the influence the whole. So, in conclusion, when we are saying the conclusion, brotherhood is not merely an inspiring idea; it is a practical necessity of the future of the humanity. Teachings of work of the Theosophical Society reminds us that humanity is fundamentally one, and differences are only opportunities of learning and not the division. The brotherhood begins with each one of us. Let us strive to embody the spirit of the brotherhood in our thoughts, words, and actions. If each of us practices and understanding the compassion and services, will gradually transform the communities, and our world will become a totally different. Let us remember the dream of universal brotherhood becomes a reality when we choose to live it every day. I remember, I just recollect JK's one more quote. If you love, you cannot take care of yourself. But life has got astonishing ways to take care of you then. That says when we truly follow brotherhood, there is, some people they fear when we follow the brotherhood, what will happen to my family or what will happen to my life? So JK has given very clear this thing message stating that if you love, you cannot take care of yourself. But life has got astonishing ways to take care of you then. The same way when we all theosophists, when even the small group, when we sit together and preach as well as practice in our daily lives the brotherhood, truly there will be a tremendous change in our society, and the aura or the vibrations or the thought forms, it will vibrate like anything, and there will be a lot of changes in the society. This is how we can make it a brotherhood in a reality. So thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak in this great forum, and much obliged. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Suresh, for making universal brotherhood a reality through your talk. Nice talk. And it was, I'm really, I have no words. Uh, it's a very nice and insightful talk. Thank you so much. So, our next speaker is Sister T. Uma Maheshwari. She is a member of Sri Krishna Theosophical Society, Rayalaseema Federation. She is a classical music teacher with a deep interest in both music and spiritual development. She has been associated with Theosophy since 2012. She believes that Theosophy is not just a philosophy, but a way of life that helps in connecting, refining one's personality refining one's personality. It does not merely explain the meaning of discipline, but enables one to practice it in daily life. She believes that it provides the right path for inner growth and self transformation. She is going to talk about brotherhood without distinction. Sister Uma Maheshwari, over to you.
Thank you, Smita, for the introduction. Am I audible clearly?
Yeah,
Respected dignitaries, dear brethren, and my dear friends, Namaste to all. Today I'm here to speak about the powerful idea that can change the way we see people and way we live, the universal brotherhood without distinction. Human beings are divided in many ways by caste, by religion, by status, by language, and opinions. That these differences seem real and important in our daily lives. But we observe carefully, all these differences belong only to the surface. At the deeper level, every human being shares the same life, the same basic existence, the same breath, the same need for happiness, and the same experience of pain. The problem is not in the world, it is in our perception. We do not treat the people equally because we do not see them equally. We are kind when it is our people, and be critical when it is other people. We forgive easily on one side and judge quickly on the other side. This is not truth. This is conditioning. The universal brotherhood begins at the moment we move beyond this conditioning. When we stop identifying people by labels and start recognizing the same life in everyone, division disappears naturally. To understand this more clearly, consider a simple situation. In next slide, Smita, please. On a crowded road, an accident happens. A man is injured and lying on the ground. People gathered around. Some watch, some record videos, many hesitate. Then one person steps forward. He doesn't ask who the injured person is. He doesn't ask his identity. He doesn't check any background, status, or identity. He simply responds. He lifts the man, or arranges help, and ensures he is taken to safety. At that moment, there is no division. There is no mine and others. There is only recognition of life. That is universal brotherhood in action. It is not an idea to be discussed. It is a way of seeing and responding. When we see life first, differences lose their power. When we see labels first, divisions becomes natural. So the real change is not outside. It is how we look at others. But at the level of life, there is no difference. For example, next slide, please. Inside a house, a single lamp remains lit while the world outside sees a variety of glows. Through a small window, the light appears narrow. Through a tinted one, it appears colored. Observers may perceive these as different lights, yet the source is one. The perceived differences belong only to the windows, not the flame itself. This serves as metaphor for existence. The body is the window and the life is the light. While windows may vary in clarity or eventually close, the light within is neither changed nor destroyed. It simply ceases to be visible through that specific medium. Ultimately, while our form differ, the ensure shining through the remains universal and one. During the time when the next slide, please. During the time, if we observe carefully, during the time when the baby is forming in a womb, the serpent fire continue to the process of building the physical body. Meanwhile, the dot of life remains outside waiting. At the time of birth, the etheric body covering the physical body is not yet fully formed. At that moment, with the baby's first breath, the dot of life quickly enters the body with the intention of uniting with the serpent fire. At the same time, serpent fire rises slightly and pushes the dot of life upward. Along with this action, the first two breaths of a new baby create a ceiling around the heart region. This is known as the formation of the etheric body. Once this etheric ceiling is formed, the dot of life bounds to the body. It is said that the life force cannot live because of this etheric ceiling. In this way, the soul or the life point is considered to be bound within the physical body. We slightly moving deep to the other matters. Let me connect this matter to our current matter. Uh, think this process is common, same in all the human beings. Then where do we have those differences, those distinctions in our lives? Let me show something. Next slide, please. A human being is made up of different levels. The lower level are physical body, emotions, and lower mind. At the lower level, called the personality, these are four parts. First part, the physical body. This is visible and material body. It performs actions like eating, moving, sleeping, something extra. It depends on energy to function. For example, when we feel tired, it shows that the physical body is weak. Second one, the etheric body. This is energy body or vital body. It supplies life force to the physical body and supports vitality and healing. Example, during illness, when energy drops, the etheric body is disturbed. The third one, the astral body. This is emotional layer. It holds a feeling like anger, love, fear, and jealousy. When someone's words hurt you, the astral body is affected. Fourth, the lower mental body. This is the thinking and reasoning mind. It creates opinions, judgments, likes, dislikes, etc. For example, if someone insults you, the mind keeps repeating it and strengthen the feeling of being insulted. These four together form the personality or lower self. This is where ego reactions, differences arise. In these four layers, we will get the ego reactions and differences arise. Now, moving to the higher levels called the individuality or real self. In that layers, the first comes the higher mental body, commonly we known as causal body. This is the level of wisdom and deeper understanding. It thinks beyond personal bias. For example, understanding that a person behaved badly because of the situation. He has no any personal grudges, but that situation demands him to behave like that. We can understand in higher level. That depends on our higher mental body. The second one, the Buddhic body. This is the level of intuition and unity. There is no judgment, only direct knowing. Example, helping someone instantly without reasoning. The third one, the Atmic body. This is the level of pure consciousness. It is beyond all differences and is the true spiritual identity. At this level, the sense of I and you disappears. This is how the human being functions across different levels from physical actions to the pure consciousness. So, life or consciousness doesn't enter the body directly. It descends step by step from the highest level to the physical level, passing through different layers. That is Atmic plane, I am, Buddhic plane, no separation, no division, higher mental plane, deep karmic experiences, lower mental plane, sense of I and others, the astral body, emotional layer, the etheric body, energy structure for the physical plane, and finally the physical body. The pure spirit experience expresses itself first through wisdom, then through mind, then emotions, then finally appears as the physical body. If a person learns to live in the higher mind, reaching universal brotherhood becomes natural. It happens because thinking rises above personal likes, dislikes, and bias. Theosophy is not just teaches us the theory of universal brotherhood. It gives a practical path to move from lower level to the higher levels. Like we have some steps to practice. It teaches us the theosophy directly. The first one is self-observation. Watch thoughts and emotions without reacting. This reduces control of our lower mind and astral body. Example, when anger comes, observe it first instead of expressing it. Then we will get no anger at all. The second one, right thinking. Train the mind to see causes, not just reactions. This develops a higher understanding. The third one, meditation, daily silence, not only outside but also inside. Uh, Daily silence stabilizes the mind and lift awareness to the higher levels. The fourth one, self-service, act without personal gain. This naturally develops unity and removes the sense of separation. Through these steps, consciousness gradually shifts from personality to individuality. Then universal brotherhood is not an idea, it becomes a direct experience. I won't give conclusion with a short story. A trainer starts a session by asking everyone to write their names on a balloon. So all the people wrote their names on the balloon, and all the balloons are collected and kept in a separate room. And the participants are told, go inside and find your own balloon within a minute. Everyone rushes in, searching randomly. They push, struggle, and create confusion. No one finds their own balloons. Then the trainer changes the instructions. Pick any balloon, read the name on it, and give it to that person whose name is visible on the balloon. Under a minute, everyone gets their own balloon. People struggle when they chase only their own happiness. When they help others, their own happiness comes automatically. This is the same principle as universal brotherhood focus shifts from me to all. Me is visible, reversible in WEV. So, me to all. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share my views to the elders who are present here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Uma. It was beautifully presented, and I loved the brotherhood in action and the last story. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now our next speaker is Sister V. Bhanumati. She holds a master degree in corporate secretaryship. She pursued MPhil. She has experience in banking industry. She was an educational advisor in Indian Medical Center. She is passionate about visiting colleges, professional institutes, and schools for life skill programs and ethical programs. Her interests involved in social and cultural activities like blood donation, Tamil literature programs, spiritual activities, women health welfare, and child development. She is a member of Madurai Theosophical Lodge, Tamil Federation. She came in contact with Theosophy in 2014 and became a member in 2021. There is no religion higher than truth. The motto of Theosophical Society inspired her. Her topic is, which she is going to talk, religion decays without brotherhood. Sister Bhanumati, over to you.
Can you see the screen? The power?
Namaskar. Is it audible?
Yes, audible. Second, there you click. Yes.
Namaskar. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirkamaya, Mridyorma Mridam Kamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Today, I feel honored and blessed to share my views with the elderly people about religion decays without brotherhood. I'll start with a smaller instant which happened some years back. We know festive season like Krishna Janmashtami. During that period, our joint family in those days, they used to prepare a lot of sweets to offer to the Lord Krishna, Lalla Krishna. So it happened in a village where they were preparing sweets to offer in front of the god. So being a small girl, without knowing that they are preparing for offering the Naivedyam to God, just that girl peeped into the kitchen or the place where they were preparing the sweets and took one sweet and had it. You know, that lady got wild and she became very angry. She started beating with a small, that fan, you know, that is made up of palm stick. She started beating that small girl. She'll be around 3 to 4 years old. So at that time, one elderly lady, she crossed that way and told don't get angry or panic, because the lady who is preparing the sweets, she felt very bad. If it is tasted by a girl or someone else, that sweet cannot be offered in front of the God as a prasad or as a naivedyam. So at that time, this elderly Budima told, don't worry, Krishna is in the form of this little girl. Krishna came in person and he stayed, tasted your prasad a little earlier. This is what happened. But whether that lady got convinced or not, I don't know. But that incident was very much deeply registered in my mind. Even though we are into certain rituals, or like our Max Weber told, it is some force, maybe the next slide. It is a force that shapes human behavior, economic action, and social structure, often responding to the need for meaning. But in that incident, as well as this force, we came to know that it is a thing what we have to accept as a human. Accept as it is. If it is with purest form of love, that lady can see the Krishna in the form of little girl. In that brotherhood, if she is in the form of brotherhood living, she could have taken it in the lighter way. So the religion may be a force. It may shape the human behavior. It may be a part of living, which is a material life. But if it is through the path of brotherhood only, that religion will be a school of thought of making or shaping the human as human. So we can go for the next one. It is with some other eminent scholar. He defines religion as a unified system of beliefs, because every region, every group of people, they have their own beliefs, their own practices, and relative to sacred things are set apart and forbidden into one single moral community called a church. Maybe this person is very, in a narrow sense, he described this. We know about the Swami Vivekananda. We know very well how the Narendra becomes the Swami Vivekananda only by attending that conference at Chicago and addressing the gathering by way of brothers and sisters of America. It is a love, it is a unity, it is the Atman which realized that all human beings in front of him is also a part of his own soul. This is what made Narendra, the human being, the person, into a Swami Vivekananda. This is what, like in our Bharat, we used to say, especially in being a South India conference, I can quote this saying, Makkal Tonde Mageshan Tonde. Mane, Nar Seva Narayana Seva. If you are doing some service, either by your deed or by your words or by your gestures, even the small smile will do. That is a service done or service to God. This is what our own daily routine. We are taught our teachings. Like we can very well easily understand through the words of Swami Vivekananda. Religion is the manifestation of the divinity already in man. It is not about doctrines, dogmas, or rituals, but the realization of the soul's inherent divine nature. He viewed it as a personal, experimental. It is to achieve that spiritual freedom, He's telling we have to, with the spirit of worship with worship, in his words, the worship of the Spirit by the Spirit. We should have that spirit. It is not by merely standing in front of the idol or doing chanting mantra. I'm not, in no way, I'm not telling that is wrong or that is something below the thing. But if you are ready to, with your own physical form, if you are ready to work or help the human being or even the living thing or even the creature, that is the spirit of worshipping, that is the religion, which is the brotherhood, that is the way of brotherhood living. We know we have got many school of thoughts, many religion in the world. One of the richest and the we don't know the origin when it got started, that is Hinduism. The whole world or the universal brotherhood is expressed in Hinduism through the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. There is no division on the basis of territory, on the basis of color, on the basis of creed or any basis. There is no discrimination, but only one family. The entire world is a single family. That is called, that is the gist of our Hinduism. Hindu scriptures such as our own Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, it encourages the people to treat others with truth and compassion. Truth, to the best of my knowledge, it is the kindness. In Tirukural or in many sayings of Tamil, we used to come across these things in our daily life in the name of our own elderly people's preaching. You should not feel one thing and you should not tell something. You should not preach one thing, you should not practice another thing. So that kindness must be a truthful one with the compassion. We should move with our own family members, which is considered as a single family, world as a single family according to Hinduism in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family, which clearly states about the universal brotherhood. Hindu philosophy teaches that the same divine, that is Atman, exists in every living creature. That is why when we meet someone, we used to say Namaskar by putting both the hands together. It means I am worshipping the Atman or the soul in the form of God within you. So this is a kindness. This is accepting all human, all living creature at par. That is the equality. That is the thing teachers by our own theosophy masters also. We should treat every brothers and sisters with kindness and equality. Next, to come to the next one is Islam. In the Islam, the people who are having faith in the Islamic way of worshipping, the believers are but brothers. The Muslims are taught to live as brothers and maintain unity. See, there is no discrimination among the people like Arab, non-Arab, or these people belong to this particular area. So on any basis, there is no discrimination, but they are coming under one umbrella called brothers, and they have to lead their life with unity. They should practice zakat, such as it is called charity, and communal prayers it is part of their Islam. The communal prayers strengthen the bonds of brotherhood in the Muslim community. Next, I come to the Christianity. And being an Easter day, I extend my gratitude to share few views about the religion with brotherhood. So Christianity, it's a gist of Christianity is love your neighbor as yourself. So it teaches us we should treat others or our neighbors or our fellow people as a person of ourselves, like empathetic view. Treat others with love and equality. There is no, these people are higher, these people belong to lower group. Nothing is allowed. So Christianity, it strongly promotes love and brotherhood. The techniques of Bible are teachings, I can say. It emphasizes on mainly on love and forgiveness. The Bible encourages to treat all people with compassion, humility, and kindness, and seeing everyone as a children of God. So each and every one from their childhood, if they are trained or tuned to practice this, there is no inequality among the people, then automatically the brotherhood will treat others with love and equality, which the Christianity teaches us. Next comes the Buddhism. So we know when we think about Buddha, the calmness, the firmness, as well as there is a brotherhood way of treating others with love and kindness. There is no, point of hatred. Hatred does not cease by hatred. If someone is beating you or someone is scolding you, the solution is not reacting by scolding them again or beating them again, but only by love. We could have come across many incidents happen in our Buddha's life also. It is his teachings made us to realize brotherhood comes through compassion and kindness. If you are kind enough, if someone is quarreling, if we are really kind enough, there won't be fear, but we'll go and settle the things in a normal way. But in reality, nowadays, it is somewhat lacking. But if each and everyone starts practicing the brotherhood on their daily life, definitely the religion won't decay. The example given by our own great epic, Ramayana. We know the next slide. We know the great epic, two things, which is our basic line of thing of Bharat, is Ramayana and Mahabharata. Whatever you need, any clarification in your life or career or anything, you can get it clarified with Ramayana. Even though Ram, Lakshman, Shatrughan, Bharata, Shatrughanan, they made us as 8 brothers. It is not by the birth, but with the love and affection. They started their journey towards the forest. At that moment, Rama met Guhan. So he hugged him, even though he is not a king family. He is a person of some who is drawing the boat. Rama hugged him and declared him as a brother of himself. This is a real example of our Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. So Ramayana is the best guiding part of our own country. The next person which I used to admire in my life, and one of my teacher, often he used to tell, being a girl in my student life, he used to tell often, you read Bharati, you can lead a very good life. Whatever we know Bharatiyar only as a freedom fighter or a verse writer or columnist in a newspaper, but the other face of him is totally different. He is a real theosophist. He lived as a theosophist only. He didn't discriminate on any basis. He loved every human being, not only human, but all the living things in his life. We know he led very poor life. I mean, monetarily, he don't have amount to spend. His own wife borrowed a little amount of rice for cooking on the day. He enjoyed, distributing to the sparrows. This is what he used to do. It is not one day affair. Simply he will tell that, see, on seeing the sparrows eating, I feel contented. I'm not feeling hungry. So this is the person, one among lakh. But whenever we need something regarding religion or with brotherhood, we can easily verify this person who is a real theosophic, real brotherhood living person. The next comes the Sikhism.
Bhagavati ji, kindly try to conclude, please.
Okay. This is in Sikhism, all humans are equal, that is brotherhood of humanity. So I can tell kindness, even by our day-to-day life, we should go to our bed with the contentment that at least we have done few things today in a kind way, in a compassionate manner, in a equality manner. So every religion, even though it has got, you can pass on the slides, even though there are many religions, those things are having different paths, but the destination is only one thing, that is brotherhood. Theosophy teaches the brotherhood living, and which in turn stop decaying the religion. The message of brotherhood is common to all major religions, whether it is in the teaching of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in Hinduism, the unity of believers in Islam, the love of neighbor in Christianity, the compassion of Buddhism, or equality taught in Sikhism. The core message remains the same. All human beings must live as brothers and sisters. If humanity truly follows these teachings, the world will become a place of peace, justice, and harmony, where people respect and care for one another as members of one universal family, which will in turn strengthen the religion. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhanumati ji. It was a nice and insightful presentation. You explained all the religious teachings and everything through the slides. Nice talk. Thank you so much. I congratulate all the speakers, all the three speakers. Thank you so much for your talks. And yeah, now we will close the session now.
Announce tomorrow morning sessions also, please.
Okay. Okay, tomorrow morning we will same time we will meet at the same time 9 o'clock, and tomorrow's session is very interesting actually. It's about our two speakers are there, Hari Verma and
Smita ji, your mobile is, your video is off.
wait, wait a second. Okay. So tomorrow we have two speakers. We will start at the same time, 9 o'clock, and we have a very interesting topics. Our two speakers are Hari Verma